Here's what it says. It's predicting now that 25% of American jobs will be permanently replaced by automation and artificial intelligence by 2030. Now, here's what this means. We're 12 years away from this. And that's just, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to start happening now. Lower wage earners are going to be hit first, and they're going to be hit the hardest. And that's because things that used to take humans to do them, it no longer, with AI and really sophisticated automation, it's no longer going to take a human to do that. For instance, the burger flipper. That's already out now. Have you gone into a McDonald's lately? I mean,
we have the touchscreen ones here.
Yeah.
And what's great about the touchscreens at McDonald's is you can order things you'd be embarrassed to tell the person about. Now, like let's say, for example,
I was in a McDonald's with a touchscreen a week ago, and I cannot relate to that.
You can't?
At all.
You didn't put 4 slices of cheese on whatever you ordered? Because I did. You can order an Egg McMuffin, and you can just be extra cheese, extra cheese, extra cheese, extra cheese. And you don't have to say, I'd like 4 slices of cheese.
Well, I'm getting old, and sometimes my hands shake, and I don't like to correct it.
Oh, no. So did you hit multiple?
Well, yeah, I had multiple things. So
you didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to.
Your hand was shaking and just kept bumping the button.
Honey, I only wanted one. I thought I ordered one, and it was a mix-up in the machine. I didn't catch it until I'd eaten it all on the way home.
It's weird how that happens.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Anyway, so the lower wage earners are going to be hit first and the hardest. This is another reason why you don't want $15 an hour minimum wage, because the more pressure point that the business feels, the more likely they are to replace you with a robot. Technology is getting better and cheaper, and machines are soon going to be able to do more cognitive-type jobs that used to require humans. This according to Bain Capital. So now 25% in additional unemployment. 25% of America's jobs are going away permanently by 2030. So what does that mean? We have an unemployment rate of, 5% now, 4%? How does the nation cope with a unemployment rate of 29%? That's the Great Depression. How do you do it? What do we do? These are the kinds of conversations that we should be having over the Stormy Daniels thing. Stormy Daniels is such a distraction. Is it really going to change anything? How does a country or a world hold itself together with 29% unemployment? Because that is something we're going to have to figure out. Now, what they're talking about is a basic minimum wage, which I'm against constitutionally. I'm against in all principle. I'm against that. But what else is there? How else can we do this? Because the people who are making the robotics and the AI are going to become extraordinarily wealthy, and they are going to be the ones that hold all of the power. And we're all going to be going to them. Now, the argument is that once you take humans out of the line, for instance, once you say, well, I don't have to have a human ride a tractor, they don't have to cut the alfalfa, they don't have to stack it, they don't have to take care of the cows, they don't have to feed the cows, they don't have to slaughter the cows. Those are all done by machine. They don't have to package it, they don't have to drive it because we don't have any drivers anymore because it's automated. They can take it right to McDonald's. It's already made into a patty by automation. The patty machine takes it and puts it out on the grill. You are just touchscreen ordering it, and it comes right to you. There's not a human involved. Maybe 20 in that entire line. And so the thinking is that if we have a unemployment rate, we should start thinking about having an unemployment rate and be pushing for one closest to 100 than 0.
And that's a weird way. It's a weird thing to say, but wouldn't that be great? I mean,
would it?
I think it would. At least it's something that we should morally want. I love the idea that you would not have to work and you would be able to choose to do the things that you believe are most helpful to others, to whatever you would want to do. You know, we all want more vacation, right? We all want more time off. You know, we've gone through a period in which
what do we do, Stu, with that time off? You know, most of us,
and usually nothing incredibly productive, I grant you, but still, that is on us. right? Like if we can't, I've heard this argument before, and a lot of people make it, and I think it's a really interesting one, which is, hey, if we have no jobs, how do we find meaning in our lives? What a sad argument that is.
It's very
sad. Is that
sad.
where you're pulling your meaning from your life? I got news for you. Coming in here talking to you every day, blah, 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 is not where I get mine. But it certainly shouldn't be where I get mine, right? I mean,
Right.
It is a really important
But it
thing
is.
to me. But
Everybody I know, especially now, they're all starting to say, I want to do something that has meaning.
right, but if you didn't have to, a lot of people are forced to do or wind up in situations where they do jobs that don't have meaning, jobs they don't want to do, and they dream about doing something else. In this scenario, you'd do it. You wouldn't have to be locked up at 40 hours a week doing something you didn't want to do.
So the question is, does man have the self-control to be self-ruled, in control of all of his appetites, and not having to work?
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
We're talking now about Bain & Company, Bain Capital, a report that they just came out with, an analysis of 2030 and where America will be in 11 or 12 years. And they say we will be at an unemployment rate, if you include today's unemployment rate, of about 29%. They said unemployment will run about 25% more or higher than it is today, because 25% of all jobs are going to be lost and never coming back. So the question is, how does one live?
I think it's
Most
true.
people, if they had a chance to not work, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I think on Monday, I can't wait till Saturday. I'm going to get so much done. I'm going to clean out the garage. I'm going to finally clean out my closet and get that in order. Then I'll go and do something nice with my wife. We'll go do something. And then, maybe I'll paint. You know what I end up doing? Sitting on the couch and watching TV. That's what I do.
No, it's true. It does tend to happen occasionally.
It does tend to happen.
Well, I had a kind of a version of this actually happen to me recently, which was my wife and kids went up to visit my in-laws in Connecticut, which left Stu all alone at his home for an entire, close to a week.
Wow.
Now, I will say, were there more movies seen in that period than the average 6-month period?
Now, let me ask you it this way.
Yes.
Were there whole seasons of shows that were...
Now, I don't know. Maybe this is because it had been a long time since I've been in this situation, but I knocked more off that to-do list in that week than I had in the last year and a half.
Right. And that to-do list was all revolving around Amazon and Netflix.